Right. All right. We are recording with Emily Fraser. Emily, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Matt. How are you?
I'm awesome. Just had a little cross country headshot photo shoot today. So
Oh, nice. Cool.
finally getting back into the office once or twice a week doing some stuff, but mostly still working from home. What about you? What have you been up to?
Yeah. I've been working from home quite a bit too. I am in real estate now in Pittsburgh. So it's been interesting. Our business has definitely changed over the last, couple months to a lot of virtual appointments and stuff, but things are still moving along and life is good over here.
Good. Any quarantine hobbies you picked up or any good shows you've watched?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, right now I'm crazy like about my real estate obsession right now because I've been watching Selling Sunset on Netflix, which is probably just the trashiest show ever, but it's fun. I like watching it. But yeah, no, I've been all over Netflix, HBO, everything. Just doing a lot of like home improvement projects too. Built like a little back patio for our backyard. Got a Peloton. So I've been like, trying to make little improvements to life as we go.
I'm Beachfront Bargain Hunt is my
Oh,
HGTV.
okay,
So I
okay,
watch
cool.
it as I'm going to bed every night. That's my
HGTV is the perfect thing to put you to bed.
it is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those things you can pick up on it later if you so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been stuck here at home and two boys and trying to make the most of it, getting ready to start school again. So
Totally good. Yeah, are they going back to school in person?
they're virtual. So
Okay, okay,
we'll figure that out. My wife's a teacher, so she has to figure out how
okay.
to teach virtually when then my kids are in school. So and I
Yep,
have to work. So challenges everybody's dealing with. So,
right. Totally. I
but
know. I think quarantine without kids was actually not that bad. I think people who had kids, it's, a whole new routine and way of life, but not having kids and being at home and just kind of having a chance to relax and spend more time with like family it wasn't that bad actually.
it's actually been nice. I mean, I would normally not have this time with my kids. So I mean,
Sure.
6 months of quality time that I wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
look at the bright side.
Yeah, exactly. Put a
So
positive spin on it.
all right, well let's I'm going to share my screen here and we'll
Okay,
get rolling.
let's do it. I hope I remember everything. It's been so long.
It's like riding a bike.
Oh my gosh, I haven't even seen some of these photos.
Oh, these are some good ones. I don't.
It's
I
so.
actually I talked to Somdev Devarman last
I
week,
saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
and we were like, why is it with tennis photo shoots everybody feels like you got to dump a bunch of balls out on the court? Like
Right. I mean, look at this one here with me laying in this pile of balls. That
this
is.
one right here, yeah, this is a good one.
This is so funny to me. These are definitely from my first year, like summer before my first year, because my face is so. I have all my baby fat. I can see.
Uh, this
So
was
funny.
you did this shoot with Amanda Rails. You were both there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. When was this? Was it like August or September?
I think so. It was
Yeah,
early.
it had to have been early. Oh
So
my
yeah,
god.
you
Yeah. It was that, obviously like playing high school or, like tennis in high school is not like the coolest sport. So you don't get a lot of attention or moments to like get your photo taken. So coming to school at UVA I obviously had to get used to this.
so it's funny. Like I I started in tennis. I was the tennis SID at Marshall actually.
Okay.
So that's how I got my start, and that's how I learned to shoot like action photos and
Yeah.
everything in college.
Yeah.
So
Great.
it's funny. I actually probably took photos of Christy before I took photos of you
That's true. Yeah.
because so she played against Lindsay Keever at number one.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to
And
play that.
I remember, I don't know why I remembered it, but every now, like I would send some photos to the other SIDs of teams because
Yeah.
it's just kind of what I did. And I remember she played a really tough first set against Lindsay Keever. It was, I don't know if she'll remember that or not, but
I'm gonna definitely tell her that. She'll crack up.
it was funny. I was at the Huntington Tennis Club, and it was the worst lit facility ever. And it was just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I think
that's it's kind of
we,
funny, like small world type stuff like that, you know, like
yeah, I'm trying to, like, I feel like, I guess it was when I was coaching at Pitt, we played at Marshall,
yeah.
in
Did
that
you play
facility there.
indoors?
I think it was when I was coaching for Pitt. I don't think maybe I was playing for UVA. I can't remember now.
I
Maybe
think
I
you
was
guys
playing.
actually did come
We did
to
play there. Yeah.
yeah, because you
Yeah.
played it. They were on the schedule because you know Cassie Mercer's dad and mom were the coaches.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Small world.
So I knew Cassie when she was like 6 years old.
Yeah. Her whole family's like in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah,
So yeah, they're big in this area for tennis.
yeah. It's just small world stuff like that is just kind of cool. Like that's how like Mark and Troy were actually the first people I met from UVA when I got the job because I actually was out in at Stanford with Kelly Schmidt and Lindsay Keever, the doubles team for Marshall, and they
Okay.
were practicing with the UVA team. That was who.
Yeah.
So I met
Cool.
Mark and Troy out there. So
Tennis is a small world. It really is. And I'm sure all the sports become like that. But yeah, you end up being only like 1 degree of separation from everybody, it seems like.
that's crazy. All right, let's roll into let's get some team photos up. Do you have was there a favorite squad in your time at
Oh
UVA?
my gosh. Well, so this I guess was my second year because
Yeah.
this is when like Aaron and Hannah and Maria came in. You know what? It's so weird. Between my first year and my fourth year, I feel like the team just changed so drastically and the whole dynamics and all of it. And I have to say, like, this crew that probably, the like Maria and Aaron and Hannah and like obviously I was with Lindsay the whole time. Um, we stayed really, really close. Like still to this day, we try to all see each other like at least once a year. We either like take a trip together or like get together at someone's wedding or something like that. But I would say like my third and fourth year, we were very, very close.
Yeah, I was just I was reminiscing on some of these photos. It's just like we took like the same shots every year.
We did. This was the year that I experimented with a darker hair color, I see, which I'm not sure if it worked or not, but this was my third year, I guess. Yeah. Rushmi and Chili and Katie and Carissa came in. This was probably the first year that we really started doing a lot better. I mean, we were always a strong team, but this was the first year that we were breaking into the top 10. We had some wins in the top 5. We made, the round of 16 at NCAAs and stuff. So this was really a big like transition year. And I think we had just a lot of kind of depth through our lineup, which was pretty cool to see.
So you're an experiment for this is the first that I actually found a document.
Oh no.
Get to know Emily Fraser.
Oh no.
So
Oh God.
I want to see almost 10 years later if any of these things still ring
Oh geez, I'm
true.
gonna be so embarrassed. Okay.
I don't know if you can see this or not, but
I can see it. Yeah. Okay. Athlete still, like probably I would say even like Serena Williams at this point, but I love Roger Federer. Yeah, Nelson Mandela, that's great. He has one of my favorite quotes, or the Invictus poem. So I would still stand by that. Playing the finals, that would have been a dream. I know. So eventually the teams got there, but our team didn't get there. To rewrap all my grips and always fist pound Aaron Vieira. Oh my God. That's really funny. Some of these things, it's like you forget these memories until you're reminded of them. Favorite food, Boylan Heights barbecue nachos. Those were so good. We went to Boylan Heights all the time. Such a great place. That's still there,
Yeah, it's
right?
still there.
Still there.
Still
There's
rocking.
not a turnover on the corner. Boylan Heights is a staple, though. Anywhere warm and sunny, that's fair. Pretty Little Liars. We used to get together, I guess it was Wednesday nights. The team used to get together every Wednesday or whatever night it was to watch Pretty Little Liars. We were obsessed with it. And then it ended up going too many seasons and we were sent through, a whole whirlwind with that show, but we watched it for a long time.
So what do you think if the team was to get together again, what would be the show of choice now, do you think?
Oh my gosh. Well, I know a lot of the girls were really into like Game of Thrones when that was happening. I didn't really get into Game of Thrones, but I did get into the last season, and I sort of YouTubed my way through the first, I guess it was 7 seasons, which is not the way to do it, but I caught up that way. Um, I guess, gosh, I don't know. I think like we're all really into those like more thoughtful, deeper shows now, I would say. So like something on HBO, like a Westworld, something like that. Probably not Pretty Little Liars, but it was fun while it lasted.
All right.
Taylor Swift, you know what? The music choices are pretty good. I still love Taylor
Jack's
Swift.
Mannequin is great. That's a great choice.
It's a great one. So this is like interesting because Jack's Mannequin was a heavy influence between like Amanda Rales, Maggie Yonner, like that was the beginning of my college career. And then Taylor Swift came in towards the middle and then carried on through. Like Jenny Stevens was probably the first person to be like obsessed with Taylor Swift and like made her a big part of our team, and her songs and stuff were a
Jenny
big part of
Stevens and Taylor Swift. I
yeah,
would
right.
not have made that connection.
That was that first album that had like Love Story, and we used to scream Love Story together. We loved that song. Vince Vaughn. I haven't. I mean, has he even been in anything? No, I don't even know if he's
Oh,
alive.
wow.
I don't even know if he's alive. Professional sports team. You know what? I'm not that into baseball anymore. I would say probably, you know, the Giants. I'm more into football at this point, and the Steelers,
I'm a
obviously.
Pittsburgh team.
I'm originally from New York, so I'm going to say the Giants, but I have to also give a nod to the Steelers because I'm here now. But yeah, that's funny. It doesn't seem like I embarrassed myself too badly with these answers.
When I searched your name on the computer, the get to know came up, so I had to screenshot it to. So that was
So
good.
funny.
All right, let's roll it. And let's oh, here's the coaching, Emily Fraser. We talked about this a little bit. Just
I did. So yeah, right after I graduated, I became a volunteer assistant for the team. I think that's Julia, Albaba, and Hannah. And it was interesting. I mean, you know what? Mark and Troy I had a great relationship with them as coaches, as mentors. That I have just the best memories and nicest things to say about them. I had a really great experience working with them, and it was interesting too, getting to work with them on the other side of things and learn from them as a coach and not just a player. They were really awesome and really influential even in my life today, just the lessons and stuff that they've taught me. But yeah, it was an interesting transition to take because I had gone from, being on the team with these girls and like going out with them and, being friends. And then all of a sudden now I'm this authority figure who's coaching them. And I think, I always felt like I had good respect for my teammates, even as a player, even as a teammate of theirs. And so I think the coaching, you have to develop some confidence to feel like you can coach girls that would be considered kind of your friends and stuff. But I couldn't have asked for kind of a better group to like start that and kickstart my career into coaching. Really, it was fun. It was an interesting time.
do you miss playing and coaching?
So I still play, like a day or two a week, which is probably about as much as I can handle at this point. I do still love tennis, and I love being active, and it's fun to kind of have that lifetime sport that you can play and just do something different, break up the routine a little bit of working and, doing that kind of stuff. So I can't say I miss the coaching too much. I liked being a player, and I liked, doing that whole thing. The coaching was fun, the relationships you develop with the players, but it was a grind too. I mean, college coaching, you're doing a ton of traveling, you're really giving up a lot of time to be on the road. And then private coaching, which I did after college coaching, you know, you're grinding it out and you're doing a lot of hours on court. So it can be exhausting, you know?
All right, let's transition over here. This is one of my favorite photo shoots because
Yeah.
didn't really know how it was going to turn out, but the photos look so cool.
Oh,
It was
cool.
just
Yeah. These were
the
great ones. I did two really interesting photo shoots with you. This was one where we played with the lights, and
right.
then the other one was the water balloons, which wasn't as easy for me. I think every time I hit a water balloon, it exploded in my face and I couldn't keep my eyes open. And as I remember it, I think you had to Photoshop my eyes to be
I
open.
did. I had to
Yeah.
Photoshop your eyes in it because I mean, every time it was like the strangest thing.
I
Like,
couldn't do it. I was like, open your eyes, Emily. I couldn't do it. I was like, it was that reaction to like pull away. But I mean, the photos ended up looking really natural.
yeah,
I don't know
it
how
looked
you
really
make
cool.
the eyes normal. But yeah, this was really fun. It was just it was such a mood, you know. I loved the darkness of it, and just like it had that sort of like playing a night match at like a grand slam type of vibe, like that, like, you know, like dark but like electric kind of vibe. It was kind of cool.
And it's so cool because I mean, the lights are on in the boar's head, and it's just
Yeah, it
and
worked.
the strobes just give such a dynamic look, and it looks like
Uh-huh.
it's pitch black in there, and it's just
Yeah.
there's some really great images from this whole shoot with I think you
Yeah.
and I believe Lindsay, Maria, and
I think
Aaron. I think.
Aaron did it too. Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was totally normal light, totally bright in there, and the photos turned out like completely different. Like a totally different ambiance to it.
Yeah, this was one of my favorites right here. This was good.
Yeah, that's a great one. There's
This
one
was
too, I think. Yeah, this one, and then there's one on the forehand side that I love too. That was pretty cool.
now you were known for the backhand, right? Like that was your forte, right?
Yeah, I was known for the backhand. Yep, I had. It's sort of unique to be a girl and have a one-handed backhand, which just happened. Like I, since I started playing tennis, really. Like I asked my mom, like, when did I? Because I started when I was 4, and I was like, when did you start teaching me a one-handed backhand instead of two? She's like, you never had a two-handed backhand. You just always hit it that way, and we just let you do it. So it worked out. I mean, you know, it's definitely something that was different and unique about my game. But yeah, it was something that people always noticed.
How does one hit that shot right there?
That was the shot that everyone hit to me. That was the strategy. It was like go high and heavy to the girl's backhand, and you know I have to hit it way up here and kind of like strain my shoulder to do that. Probably if I was being a little less lazy, I would have backed up or taken it a little earlier so it wasn't so high out of my strike zone. But you know, this is a cool one too. Yeah.
This one right here.
Yeah, this one actually is the photo that Mark and Troy gave me framed on senior day too, I think.
It definitely is
I
because
have a big blown up copy of that in my like childhood bedroom.
so Troy always came to my office to select photos, and it would be like
Oh,
he would love to go through because it has the motor drive, so he would
yeah.
actually like to see the sequence so he could kind of analyze the swing of each player. It was interesting. He would be in there for hours sometimes looking at
Wow.
photos.
Like just like almost like watching, it's almost like watching video, I guess. You're like analyzing the strokes and seeing what's going on.
Yeah, but it was always fun. And Troy and I still we go out to lunch occasionally and catch up.
Troy is such a great guy. Oh my gosh, I miss Troy. I know like the girls, I know we always felt like Troy was just like the second dad. You know, he was like such a father figure to us. He was like just such a warm, great guy, and you know, knew everything about tennis. And we got such a kick out of him. He had like little dad jokes and stuff, and he was great.
Here it is. Here's the senior day.
Oh, there we go. Senior day. Yeah, that's the photo. I have my ankle taped. Oh, I had the end of my 4th year. Unfortunately, I had like a. This is going to sound really lame, but I had a really terrible ankle tendonitis, and I ended up having to be in a boot for like 6 weeks, I guess it was after NCAA's. But I remember just trying to work through that with the tape. It was too bad to kind of have to go out like that, but you know what? I relatively speaking didn't have too many injuries throughout my career, so It
What's
was.
what's it like? What's it like on senior day for you? Like, what
Oh God,
things do you
it
have?
was emotional. I mean, I remember I think we played Clemson, and I I did not I couldn't put it together that day. I think I think it was all a little overwhelming, and the ceremony and just going through the emotions of everything. It was tough. I had a tough time that day.
Now, did you prefer an indoor match or an outdoor match? What
I always preferred indoor. I mean, I'm from New York, so I grew up kind of playing indoor tennis. Obviously, like during the summers and stuff, we would train outside, but some of these girls that are from Florida and places like that, they're playing outside all year. So for me, the indoors was like my real home. I always loved the indoors, and Boar's Head is just such a beautiful facility. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat, playing there.
did you feel like you had an advantage indoor?
I did. Yeah, I did. I definitely felt like, I could flatten the ball out a little bit more and like take my chances a little bit more. Outside, the points were longer. The courts were a little bit slower. And yeah, I definitely enjoyed playing indoors. I think it was better for my game.
All right, Al, I've got a ton of photos of you playing doubles. Did you have a favorite doubles partner? Not to put you on
Aaron,
the spot, but
yeah, no, Aaron and I played one doubles match together.
oh really? And I've got the photo.
We got the photo, and it was Princeton. This match was against Princeton, and it was the first round of NCAA's. I think my second year, maybe, or maybe it was, yeah, no, it was my second year. And actually, Amanda was coaching at Princeton that year, so she had just graduated and then went to go coach at Princeton. And yeah, oh my gosh, I was sweating so much that day, like my skirt is stuck to me. Like that. But I played with a lot of partners. I played a ton
Here's
of
you,
matches with,
Amanda.
yeah, there we go. I guess I played with Amanda my freshman year a couple times. Mostly I played with Hannah. Hannah and I played NCAAs together a couple times. Or I guess it was actually, no, it was just my third year. And then Lindsay and I played together my fourth year at NCAAs. But I feel like I have the most amount of memories playing doubles with Hannah, because Hannah was just so electric, and Hannah has so much personality that it was
So
so much personality. And she still does. She still cracks us up. But yeah, no, I have a lot of memories playing doubles with Hannah.
what was the story behind the Believe shirts?
Yeah, that was my third year, and that was the first year, like I said earlier, that we started really doing a lot better as a team. We were kind of hovering prior to that around like 20 to 30 in the country, and then my third year we jumped kind of more into the top 10. And I think it was Mark started using that word like believe, and he wanted us to use it in our team cheer and stuff like that. And I think it came from Mark. And then so it kind of became our word that year. And then I weirdly found these shirts, like when I was just looking on Nike.com. I think they were like Live Strong shirts, and which they obviously don't make anymore. But I was like, we should get these for the end of the year to play, to warm up in for NCAAs and stuff. So we ended up getting those shirts, and I thought it was pretty cool. We love them.
This is one of my favorites too. This is probably my favorite media guide cover that I designed. I really like this one.
I think this was also the last year we had the print media guide, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I thought that
Yeah,
one was really
that
cool.
was fun. I remember doing that too. I love like the storminess of the sky, and we we were laughing at ourselves after this photo was taken. Like me, Jenny, Mila, and Lindsay. We were like, oh my gosh, we look like we're trying to be so tough. But we knew deep down we were like cracking ourselves up.
It turned out good though. Look at
It
that.
did, it did. Yeah, I think it looks tough, and I love the background of it.
How about the team huddles? Come on.
We had a lot of different cheers and stuff, and I think towards the end of we would sort of get together with the team and then also the coaches for a huddle before doubles and then before singles of every match. And then towards my third and fourth year, towards the end of it, Mark and Troy just kind of let us get together without the coaches. And someone would always kind of like pipe up and try to give like a little motivational like word or two. Usually it was probably me or Lindsay or Aaron, um, just to get everybody fired up. And then every year we had a new cheer. I wish I could remember them now. I think they're all out of my memory at this point, except for the classic UVA cheer that we won't forget. But yeah, they were all great moments together, and a lot of great photo ops. We have a lot of good photos of us in the huddle.
It was always a classic on photo day when we would do these.
Yeah.
Now, now,
This one was posed, but you got some good ones, just like, natural ones on match day.
now was the wristband a superstition thing or a look thing, or did you just a necessity?
The wristband, I think, you know what? I used to sweat like crazy, and I still do. And I used to go through like pairs of shoes because the sweat would come out of my shoes and it would be slippery. So the sweatbands really did help to kind of like stop the sweat from going on my grip as much. But we loved wearing the like orange and blue sweatbands, just to like a little pride thing, The more we could rock the orange and blue, the better.
How
And
about Lindsay?
this is me and Lynn's. Lynn's was my year, and we spent our whole careers together. Which Lindsay was one of the most hardworking girls we had on the team. She was like an Energizer bunny. She would put in hours and hours and hours on court and training, and she had a great career as well. And the two of us, I think, really benefited from our relationship of just, we were friends and we were close, but also we were competitive. And I think we totally pushed each other. We were always kind of like pushing each other for like the 1 and 2 spots. And I think we both made each other a lot better having each other as teammates. But at the end of the day, we were as competitive as we were still able to like step off the court and be friends and have a great relationship too.
And you certainly were the kind of the foundation to
Yeah, well, I like to say like our
in the right
career,
direction.
yeah, our 4 years together, we that was sort of a really big transition time for the team. I think the culture was just a lot different, like prior to us. Not to say that we, are responsible for all that change, but I think just the right group of girls kind of kept coming in after us, and we all became super close and all had a common goal and wanted to work really hard at achieving that. And I think that was like our 4 years I saw as a transition time for the program.
So now I have a ton of photos of you backhand, but then I probably have more photos of you with the fist pump.
You have a ton of photos of my backhand because that's where everyone hit the ball. They would not hit to my forehand, unfortunately. But the fist pumps, this match was this was this Sweet 16, I think, against Duke at Georgia, if I'm remembering correctly. And this match, I remember I think we played the doubles, and we may have won the doubles point. I can't remember it now, but we had a long rain delay, and then we came out and played singles. But I remember this match. I think this actually might have been during the doubles point.
Yeah, I think it is.
I love that. You can see even in the background, the 3, I think that's like Hannah, Maria, and maybe Carissa in the middle. Like fist pumping, turning to me. I loved those moments. They were just electric. It's hard to ever beat experiences like that.
This was a classic Emily Fraser shot too. I think this one got printed several times.
This one did. This was a little bit more of an understated fist pump, which is probably more similar to my personality than the other one. But this one, I recognize this photo. We've used this several times before, I think.
Yeah, I know you got to run. I know your time is.
Oh no, yeah, no, this was fun. I love doing this. I could do this for hours.
Now let's. I always ask everybody, just kind of sum up your time at UVA and what it meant to you.
I had the best 4 years at UVA. I absolutely loved my experience. I loved my team, my coaches, the school, the community. All the people that like you that supported our team and supported the entire athletics department. I just had such fond memories of that time. And even going back now and visiting, it's amazing how much even has improved and changed and since I was there. And it just seems like every year the campus and the city of Charlottesville just keeps getting better and better and better. And yeah, I just, you know, I had such a great time there. I missed those years. It was a lot of fun. And I'm really lucky that the friends that I made during that time are still friends that I consider my best friends, even though we don't live in the same city anymore. You know, and we still find time to visit each other and spend time together. So yeah, I have UVA to thank for a lot in my life, and I'm very grateful for that.
All right. Well, that's a good closing line. So,
Perfect, perfect.
well, thank you for joining me. It was great to catch up.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. I appreciate you inviting me to do this.
Yeah, it was good. I will. This should be. I think you'll be out next Friday. Should be the.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it.
All right. Well, thank you again, and have a good day.
Thanks, Matt. Okay, you too. Bye.
Right.